Hello my loves, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jessica Alexandria, and today I'm going to be sharing channeled messages from your guides, things that it is that we need to hear right now. I have 3 piles here that you can choose from. The first pile is going to be this crystal right here. Second pile is going to be this spirit quartz. And third pile is going to be this set of cotton. Fresh cotton, actually. I do have some ink on my fingers, so please ignore that. I was writing a petition earlier today. For those of you that know, you know. And one of the pens kind of burst in my hands. It is what it is. Comes with the territory. So if you see that while I'm shuffling or as I'm pulling cards, that's what that is. I do have these oracle cards, and we're going to be shuffling from this tarot deck. So I will allow you to vibe and see where you're called to, and then I will meet you, of course, at your timestamp. All right, my loves. So for those of you guys that chose this crystal here, little stormy baby, I have your oracle cards pulled off to the side. And let's go ahead and shuffle the cards. I'll see if I'm channeling anything additional. It's interesting because I'm getting a vision of the ocean. Specifically, they want to talk about the sea. I'm not entirely sure if there's a difference, but I see something meant to be coming in towards you. The word that Spirit just said was vast, vastness. I heard the word irreplaceable, Chariot card. Irreplaceable. The Death card, interesting. Very, very intense energies already. I'm seeing this like swelling of the sea, like the sea is pulling in and there's something about to come in. Some of you guys are expecting the very worst. But I'm actually getting, I heard like something about dawning, something about the energy of dawning. So right when you're going through, you might be someone who's recently gone through a dark night of the soul, or finding your way, navigating your way through dark night of the soul type of energy, or you might be exiting out of a certain cycle within your life, and it just feels like there's this pulling in. Some of you guys might actually have a lot of anxiety. I'm almost needing this desire to like swim really fast, but the truth is that this anxiety or this sense of this swelling, this pulling that's on your energy is not something that's meant to cause you to panic. It's something that whoa. That's very specific bark. That's not my dog, that's one of the neighbor's dogs barking. Interesting that it's barking like that. There's just like sense of panic, but I actually feel like there's not a need to panic. This dog sounds like it's in trouble a little bit. This reminds me of when I did the Costa Rica trip. One of the girls there, I forget who it was. I have a good idea of who it was, but it's just because I'm channeling right now, so it's hard for me to go back into my memory. But I remember them going through a death type of situation, and they had some sense of anxiety, like this looming sense of something is going to resurface in their life. And when she was asking me to like feel the energy out, I didn't see it as like, okay, you need to start paddling now, like hurry up and get out of the situation. The feeling that she felt was this intuitive sense that something is about to happen in her life, and she was almost trying to like scurry and get everything together so that she wouldn't be caught off guard. And I feel that if you have been feeling that sense that something is looming and on the horizon, you guys might be expecting the worst of the situation. Like you might be expecting the worst from the situation, but ultimately what this is the swelling of activity and things that are about to start to flow into your life and come into your life really, really quickly. I genuinely feel that Spirit is showing me that you're actually on high ground. I don't know why I'm getting a vision of like a hurricane. So some of you guys might have trauma, or maybe the hurricane itself might be symbolic for you. But let's say there is some rising waters. I don't feel that they're going to touch you. I actually feel like the rising waters that are acting as a metaphor in your life, that are symbolic, those rising waters are going to bring to you certain gifts that you'll be better off when you receive it. Some of you guys, I also heard the word truth. Some of you guys, this is going to come in as clarity into something that, I just heard the word foreboding. You might have been getting a lot of signs and signals that were foreboding something, that the progress of where something is headed. And I just get a really strong sense of freshness when I'm vibing with the death card here. It feels like, I don't even want to say that it's necessarily the end of the cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, because I feel like it's something that's already begun. Like it's something that's already happening. The fear and any anxiety or tension that you feel within your spirit right now, which can be confused as anxiety and tension, is actually your underlying enthusiasm or excitement that you may not necessarily be so receptive to right now, because you don't, either A, you don't want to get your hopes crashed and dashed, or B, you have learned to expect the worst. And you don't, again, it's kind of similar to not wanting to get your hopes up, but you'd rather plan for the worst. It's interesting too, because I don't know if this is related. I just got a vision of a dog. I know we just heard the dog barking, but I just saw a vision of a dog tied out. Some of you guys might actually feel like spirit has abandoned you, or something has abandoned you and left you, and you've had to figure your way out of the forest. Some of you guys might be working through serious abandonment issues. This could be actual like parental abandonment feelings, or this could be you feeling like the universe forgot about you, or something or someone forgot about you and is not coming back for you, and you feel like you have to find your way out of something. Yeah, some of you guys are in a space right now where you're feeling like things are really harsh. You have Ace of Swords here and King of Swords upright. Sometimes the energy just feels a little harsh, or you've had to figure things out for yourself. I'm also getting a strong sense that there's a masculine energy here, or the masculine side of you, that's going into planning mode for the future. And you're just very, very serious about the future. You're very serious about, quote unquote, where we're headed, where I'm headed. This is a very level-headed mind, and you almost are severe in your progression. I want to talk to you guys also about transformation and your adjustment. I don't know why Spirit wants to talk to you about adjusting. That there's this, I heard calamity. Calamity is I'm pretty sure calamity means disaster, but they're specifically talking about calamity. There's this, for some of you guys, you're like expecting the worst, or you're expecting me to say the worst. And yeah, see, Three of Swords. Exactly, right on the money. I just felt that. I don't know if you guys saw it, but I pulled this from the tarot deck. I'll put it over here so you can see what I'm pulling. But you're expecting the worst. You're expecting calamity. And I just genuinely am not getting that. I feel, it's like, okay, I sometimes I get kind of annoyed, not annoyed, but tired of hearing the same metaphors, but this is the best metaphor. Think about a butterfly who's in the cocoon, and they spend all their time prepping for this, and before they exit out of the cocoon, imagine their thoughts are like, what do I need to do to prepare myself to enter into this next world, this world outside of my cocoon? As soon as I go out there, am I going to get eaten? Am I going to be able to survive? Am I going to get washed away in a rainstorm? Are the winds going to be too strong? How much long do I have to live? How long will this last? Do I have what it takes? I want to just stay in here. Like, I want to go out there, but I also want to stay in here. So there's just like examining all of the potentials, all of what could go wrong, all of what could go right. And it's like you're preparing for a calamity. And I just genuinely feel that, well, Spirit, what is the message here? Let me not put words in your mouth. I get this strong sense of like, come on, come on, come on. Like, it's safe. Like, come on. If we told you that it's safe, it's safe. This is a part of the transition of life. You guys might have actually really vibed with the last message about growth. I did a collective reading, and the word growth kept coming through. I know that it's interesting. Side note, I'm going to depart from what I usually say. It's interesting that I spent the day talking about growth, or I spent that moment talking about growth. I was actually at Astro Chat Live. That's what it was. And like, whenever I think about growth, like whenever I think about that message, one thing that stands out to me, I'm just going to be a human right now with you guys, but one thing that stands out to me is the comment that said that I should take a step back because I'm not channeling for the collective, that I'm showing my own reflections. And I want to, I don't know why I'm bringing this up right now, but I guess transparent human moment. Usually things don't get to me. Usually things don't hurt, or I don't think about comments for too long because it's the internet and everybody has an opinion. And I love that. I love that people have an opinion. But my thing is like, I really put a lot of effort into my discernment, into my intention, and before I show up for the world. I'm naturally a private person. So I don't take this lightly when I come here and I share messages. I don't know if whoever said that and whoever thinks that is in this pile, but I really want you guys to hear me, because I see growth within this message big time. And whenever I think about growth now as a human, this is not the channeled message, this is me as a human being thinking, like, when I hear the word growth, I think about how that word and the journey triggered many people. And still to this day, I'm going to continue to show up. I don't need, I'm not saying this because I want a pat on the back or support. I'm saying this because I want to be transparent. Number one, not a lot of things get to me, and to the person who said that, that actually did get to me. Number two, I want to reiterate the amount of effort that I put into to distinguish between messages that are for me and messages for the collective. And number three, maybe someone in this pile can relate to the energy of being in a cocoon of sorts and being called to transition out of that cocoon, and knowing that the world may try to eat you up or find fault or try to say things or do things that may hurt you in some way. And you might be I don't want to say over preparing for it, but you might be struggling with that and struggling with the strength of that. And if that's something that you're going through, I want to tell you, regardless, to find the courage to show up. And for me personally, the courage that I gain has always been something that's come directly from the divine, because it's not something that's natural for me to show up and be public about anything, really. So some of you guys are being really called to, you have Chariot card, Death card, Ace of Swords reverse, and King of Swords. Some of you are being really called to transition, actively choose to transition out of a certain stage or cycle in your life. And you may be wondering how that's going to be received. And you may be expecting the worst. But if that's the case, then I want to encourage you. We also have the High Priestess here. The High Priestess has always notoriously been very private and careful, deliberate, intentional. And her relationship has always come from the divine first. first and foremost. So I just want to reiterate one more time. Yeah, we have Justice card and Queen of Pentacles. I just want to reiterate one more time that I'm sharing my perspective with you right now because A, it can relate to, maybe one of you guys can take it, and as a human, we can relate to each other on that. But also number two, growth here showing up. That message last week about growth, even though it may not have fit everybody or may not been in everyone's cup of tea, which that's fine. It's not meant to resonate with everyone. I set that intention as well. That maybe that message, if you go back to it, but that message to me has been interesting because now when I think of it, when I look back, I just think of that comment, and it just kind of sucks. So that's where that got triggered from just now with the growth. And I normally don't intercept myself into these readings unless I felt called to, and I do feel called to just be totally seen right now. Anyways, putting myself aside again. So what advice can we give to the divine? What advice can we get from the divine right now? What advice can we receive for this pile? What is it, Spirit guides? Speak, 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 please. Yeah, Emperor. The thing that I feel with this is know who you are. Know who you are and stand firm in that. Know your intentions, stand firm in that. Know what you want, stand firm in that. There's a lot of power in the cards that have shown up. We have King of Swords, we have the Death card, and we have the Chariot card. And these cards say that I am going to move forward. Chariot, I am empowered enough to move forward. I'm going to take the good and the bad. The fact that the Death card was the next card to show up is sometimes, I guess, what some people would call the worst of life is death, right? Others might call it a relief, but either way, it's something that's so drastically different from living life is death. And this is when you have to, with courage, Emperor, say, I'm going to choose to show up in this experience. I'm going to choose to show up and continue to move through transformation. I'm going to choose to show up and allow myself to grieve if that's what you're going through with the Death card. Because that's another thing too. Sometimes people find different ways to kind of stifle and hold themselves back from exploring the grieving process or exploring the next stage within their life. You do get to choose that. You may delay your pain, you may exacerbate your pain, but it's a choice that you make. You as the Emperor and the King of Swords is Spirit's way of showing you and showcasing to you that you are empowered enough to make a decision that's for your highest and greatest good, and they want you to feel empowered. They want you to feel empowered. So what do you do? What advice can I give to you right now? Emperor, stand firm and know who you are. Stand firm and know exactly what it is that you're doing, your purpose. If you're figuring out your purpose, then that's also something that you can stand firm in and say, I'm in the process of discovery right now. Oh, I just saw 2 ducks fly over. How cool. Okay, what else? Messages here. Advice, advice, advice. Yeah, 2 of Swords. You don't need at all to rush through this journey. That was actually a message that I was feeling before, but I forgot to share it with you guys. You don't need to rush through this journey. In fact, King of Swords is definitely someone who's not going to rush, doesn't need to rush. It almost feels, and Chariot always advises against rushing or moving too fast or moving too slow. You move at a steady pace. And with 2 of Swords, sometimes the 2 of Swords can lock everything off, but I see this as taking time for yourself, taking time internal, channeling the High Priestess energy, connecting with the King of Swords type vibe, the energy of death and Chariot, Ace of Swords reverse, and just realize that I don't need to hurry up and jump to a decision. My wisdom is strong enough as it is, and I'm going to make my choices and move with intention and deliberately. I don't need, 2 of Swords may also be for some, this might be about protecting your energy and knowing who or what is your cup of tea and what isn't, or the process of getting to figuring that out. because that's not something else that needs to be rushed. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your oracle. I'm very excited to see your oracle cards. All right. Whoa, okay. Co-create. Co-create. This is about, I just keep hearing like deliberate and intention. Deliberate and intention. Do you also see how the cheetah is sitting here? The cheetah is one of the fastest animals on land, and he's choosing to sit, or she is choosing to sit. And then we have the owl who's on this rope here and is choosing to sit still and tap into internal wisdom, because that's what the owl represents. It also comes out at night. It's active at night. So some of you guys might be in a darker stage in your life, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't have to be something that is awful or difficult to go through. It might actually be you leaning into your feminine energy, even though you have the Emperor cards here. Because remember, we have a lot of balance here with the Chariot. It might be equal balance between masculine and feminine energy that's going on within you. So you might be leaning into co-creation with the universe. This is the part of you that says, this is what I want, this is who I am, this is where I'm going, this is where I want, like, this is what's happening within me. And then also, this is what I'm ready to receive, this is what I'm attracting. I know that I am enough and that I don't have to do anything more. Anything that requires too much or asks too much of me is not it. So I love that. Then we have, look at that, time for a nap. So this is so powerful. Rest is very, very, very powerful. That's when we're actually in active receiving. We might be recuperating, regenerating. We might be rebuilding. We might be manifesting, materializing, imagining, creative. It's very active, the rest. So some of you guys are really called to, through the death process or through the transformation process, or you might be in that cocoon stage. It might not be time for you yet, Two of Swords, to break out of the cocoon, but you are inching closer to that every single day. And as you're in the cocoon stage, you might be co-creating with the universe the reality when you break out, when you break free. Unfinished symphony. Unfinished symphony. It's interesting. I can imagine that someone might be rehearing the song or a blast from the past, or remembering things that are now are causing ache. That's the word that I want to say. That might be causing ache, might be stifling you in some way, or might stop you from wanting to venture forward. I just want to acknowledge that. That's it. I just want to acknowledge it. Okra, we have fortitude and confidence. Exactly. So this is the confidence, Emperor energy, to show up. This is the confidence to believe again. This is the confidence to continue to move forward this process, whatever that process in your season in your life looks like, good or bad, easy or difficult. It takes fortitude, which means I'm not going to back down today. I'm not going to back down tomorrow. I don't need to jump into act, because I know that I'm co-creating with the universe. There's a plenty of opportunities and abundance that's out there for me. I don't need to rush into this. And there's that confidence that instills that energy within you that says, I know I'm worthy. I believe this. I don't need to necessarily see it. I just believe it. I know it to be so. And for that reason, I don't need to do anything that's against my, oh wow. Speaking of empathy and sympathy, we have watermelon, empathy, and responsibility. So this is interesting because we have the Emperor. Sorry guys, my phone cut off. But the King of Swords is the most responsible in the deck. If I had to leave anything to someone to take care of, it would be him. I know that he would return my library books, is what essentially what I'm saying. Okay, you're being watched by loving eyes, and I think that this is the co-creator. Whatever it is that you believe is wanting to and open and willing to working with you. Willow spirit, flexibility, enchanted fern, grotto, refuge, and rainbow waterfall miracles. Do you see the energy of rest and recuperation and not falling back, but allowing yourself to be replenished and allowing yourself to not rush and force things and fight for things, and being flexible to the journey allows things to really, miracles to actually happen. It's funny too, because remember I talked about the hurricane? We have the rainbow here, and the rainbow shows up after major storms. So this might actually be a miracle, like a situation, like the rainbow might be very symbolic for you, where the rest period and the not carrying stress and not having a burden on your heart is actually going to help something to manifest here. So the more that you can rely on the divine or rely on your logic or even ask for help. For some of you guys, there's this interesting message about asking for help, because then I even heard, as I said it, like if I had to ask the King of Swords to return a book for me, my library book, I know I can count on him. So even though this is a masculine, I just said him, it could be anybody. Who can you count on, and can you count on yourself? Yeah, smile in the first step. I love this. I genuinely love this. I think that the first step also represents coming out of the cocoon in your own time. No one's trying to rush you, honey. No one's trying to rush you. I know I'm not. So when you're ready, it's time to take that step. And I'm smiling for you right now. And I want to also invite warmth in. I don't feel like this is a card that's like, smile, life, everything will be okay. Which, yeah, of course, maybe that might be the message. Maybe that might be the case. But ultimately, what I'm seeing with the smile card is you don't have to smile if you don't want to. But the smile gives me the sense of warmth. And something about that feels really stabilizing and beautiful and abundant. And that's what Spirit wants to give to you. I love that. All right, my loves. So that is your message. I hope it resonates. Please give this video a thumbs up because it helps my channel very much so. And also it shows a lot of appreciation to me, more importantly. I just love that. All right, guys, I'm going to move on to pile number 2. All right, Sugarfoot, if you chose this crystal, this is your reading. I just cleansed your deck, and we're gonna dive right in. What do they need to hear? What is the message? Guides, guides, guides. Time to speak up. Interesting. I got a really strong message about play. I'm seeing, I don't know why, if this is an actual specific message for someone, but I'm seeing someone, I just heard, well, first of all, I heard adjustment, and then I heard setting up. Sorry about that, guys. My phone got weird almost immediately. Same thing happened with pile number 1. Anyways, I switched cameras, so we should be good. Like I was saying, I get this really interesting visual, I guess, if you want to call it, or yeah, vision of someone putting together like a playhouse. And then when I went to go get my battery for my camera, I was kind of getting this image of someone putting together furniture for their house or their space or whatever the case is. So, and then these cards jumped out. We have 9 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. So guys, this is going to either be a very specific message or it's going to be a metaphor. But basically what I'm seeing here is follow the rules. Okay. So with this message, imagine, let's go along with the message that Spirit is leading us to use. Let's say I go to IKEA because I'm going to buy a bed or a cabinet set. And I look at all of the instructions. I pull all the pieces out and I look at the instructions. And the first feeling I have is 9 of Swords anxiety. Like, holy shit, what did I get myself into? I probably should have just bought secondhand furniture. Now I got to put this fucking thing together, pardon my French. Then you have 7 of Wands. All right, girl, buckle it up. Like, pull it together. You got your instructions here. How hard could it be? You get your little twisty tool thing, and then you have at it. And then Knight of Pentacles here is you following the instructions or following the rules one step at a time. So that is either a very specific message for someone, like actually someone is following the instructions step by step, or this is a metaphor that says if something you look at, hold on. Sorry, I've been sitting at this altar all day. Excuse me. Burning incense, and the little dust has been tickling my nose hairs. But yeah, something here right now, Spirit wants to say, follow the rules step by step. Follow the instructions, or follow life path, or follow what we've told you step by step. Or for some of you guys, you might actually be leaving instructions. For someone, this is a very specific, yeah, 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. So this could be that you do something. Let's say you don't follow the instructions then you think that you're getting away with murder here, but you end up doing more harm than good. You think if you take a shortcut, or just like, I can do it on my own, or I don't have to follow the instructions because I'm an Aquarius, I'm just throwing shit out there, and you try to do it on your own, and then you are quote-unquote done assembling this piece of furniture. You look at it and it's lopsided, it breaks a week later, or there's a missing piece, or this, you have the cabinet there but the handles are facing the wrong direction. Spirit's just saying to like almost follow the rules, follow the rule book. Now, for my wild women out there, my wild women and my wild men, this might be really hard for you to stomach, right? This advice in this card, this pile might be hard for you to stomach, but something here looks like it's in your best interest to kind of go by the rules, or whoa. There's this message right now too about not taking on more than you can carry. That if you're, for example, let's say if it's in your job description to take care of this patient, you shouldn't be taking care of all these extra patients. Those are not your patients. Your job description says beep, 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 beep. So if they're trying to bring in ... beep, bop, boop, that's not your job. That's not what you're getting paid to do. How do we get ourselves out of that? Because to take on that is going to harm you and harm them. It's going to do more harm than good. Okay? Then we have King of Pentacles. So I'm going to keep going with this message about IKEA. And also the container store type of energy. You guys would think like I'm shopping for furniture or whatever. This is not. I'm not. I'm very settled in my space. I don't need any more furniture. This is literally, this is a very specific message. King of Pentacles gives me organization, storage vibes, following things by the book, because they continue to pay out even in small ways and grand ways in the present and in the future. There's something about doing things the right way the first time. If you find something or someone that is kind of impeding your progress there, I don't think these are the right people, because I feel like there's, the fact that Spirit is saying that this is the message tells me that it's in your best interest to follow the rules. Yeah, the Moon card. There might be something that is, I keep hearing the word inhibit. Like there's something that might inhibit you. There's something that might reveal it, like show its ugly head later. And I don't think you, okay guys, what if this is taking medication? What if the doctor gave you medication and you're just like, okay, I will take it when I want to. I'll take it when I feel bad. This is doing more harm than good for you. Let's say it's antibiotics. So something is giving you pain, or something is stepping on your toes, on the health of your toes, or the toes of your health. What am I saying right now? I don't. And the doctor says every day or 2 times a day, Knight of Pentacles, take this pill or take your antibiotics. And you say, well, I'm feeling better, or I skipped a day. I mean, we're human, right? But if you continue to not follow the rules, then the same thing that is that you're fighting off is going to find a way to advance on you. Let's say, I'm giving you guys another example, spiritual attack, spiritual warfare. If you lit a candle, a 7-day candle, and you're not consistent with your magic, if you're not consistent with honoring your ancestors, if you're not consistent with what you started, then whatever it is that is harming you, or whatever it is that you lit the candle for in the first place, is going to start advancing and creeping up again. Or it's going to start pulling away from you. 5 of Swords is, again, something that you should have been taking care of. Now, it's like you took a shortcut, or you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to go out with my girlfriends instead of honoring this detox stage. You're setting yourself back spiritually. King of Pentacles, I don't know why, but they're saying do what's right. Do what's right. Do what was promised. Yeah. Page of Cups and the World card to me feels very, very promising. This feels like some other energy, like energy over there. I don't know why, but this might be someone or something that has all of the wisdom, that has all of the blessing, all of the gifts. They want to give it to you, but they might be watching to see how you handle right now, what's at your fingertips, how you handle responsibility right now. Any advice? I mean, that feels very specific. Yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah, Page of Swords, King of Wands, the High Priestess. The High Priestess showed up for pile number 1 as well, so you might be called to look at that pile. This is giving, like, divine, not divine plan, but like an ulterior motive that is divinely led. That's divinely inspired. This is like someone who gives you a little and puts a little bit in your lap, and then they see how you handle it. And if you say, well, thanks for this responsibility, I'm gonna take a shortcut and not show up for work on time, you end up setting yourself back. So this person gives you an offer. Curious mind, how are you gonna handle this? It's in your best interest to, even though you may feel like you're not being seen, which you are, it's in your best interest to show up and finish it. This could be literally here, this could be a boss, this could be an ancestor, this could be God, you know, who knows. They're saying that you're actually being watched, like privately, to see how you handle this. And you might actually sense it, but you might toss it away. Again, 5 of Swords is here, and it's like you have the option, like you have the ability to say, am I going to show up and do what's right, or am I going to take a shortcut? Let's look at your oracle. Wow. Wow. Don't be misled. The Moon card and 9 of Swords. So guys, this might actually, too, this might apply to someone else. You might intuitively be watching a King of Wands type of energy, or you might be watching in a confident position and just being like, what are they gonna do? Like, what are they gonna do? Are they going to try to steal $20 out of the cash register when I let them close the store for the night? Like, there's something here. And with the Moon card, there's something that's like, I can get away with this if I tried. I want to say too that don't be this person. Just generally don't be this person. Don't be the person that says, if I can get away with murder, then I'm going to try to do it. Just don't do it. I just don't. You don't need me to tell you that, but whoa, stand by your commitment. Literally, the King of Pentacles was here. It's like, stand by your commitment. Whatever you said you were going to do it. And if anything, go above and beyond. Generosity. They didn't ask for all that, but they go and get it. You know what I mean? Like, you asked, not only did you give me the keys to the store to close it, I closed it on time, and I did the dishes. So we have new beginnings here. Yeah, it says, take this as an opportunity. Take this as an opportunity to rise from the ashes stronger and more determined. Exactly. I'm getting, like, this is your chance to prove yourself, or this is someone's chance to prove themselves. We have family bloodline here with a tomato, which is very specific. I'm not going to try to read into this. I just think it's who it's meant to be for is who it's meant to be for. But family and bloodline, so ancestry. We have, wow, guys, Magnolia, leadership and greatness. So a great leader does the right thing even when they're not called to do it. That is a great leader. Wow, see, new life and new beginnings. So I feel like I hit the mark here, but you guys will have to let me know down in the comments. That's the thing too with the High Priestess, is that she's a good leader, but you don't always necessarily see her as a leader, but she will intuitively lead. She's someone that you can count on. She doesn't take advantage. Alright, my loves, I hope this makes sense. But please, 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 please let me know. New beginnings, new life. What is this? What does this represent? I'm really curious. Not my business, but I am really curious. Especially with leadership and greatness. Let me know how this resonates. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, guys, I'm going to move. And I have a lot of excitement with this pile. Like, remember how I was just feeling like putting together something great? Like, it literally feels like you're putting together something great. Something that can be enjoyed. Something that will, if you do it right the first time, it will pay off. But if not, you're setting yourself up for a loss. Something that feels like a loss. Could be great, you know. If it could be great, then let's just let it be great. All right, guys, I'm gonna move on to pile number 3. Hello, my loves. So if you chose the cotton, this is your reading. I just finished pile number 2. Let's dive in. Message from your guides. Whoa, I heard blink once if you heard me. Or blink once if you see me. Blink once if you heard me. Someone's looking for confirmation. I'm almost getting like someone looking up to the skies like, hey, did you hear me? Like, send me a sign that you're listening. Send me a sign. Send me a sign. Blink once if you, that's very specific. Blink once. There's a call, like a call and answer that I'm getting from this pile. Like, I'm calling out. I want you to answer. Yeah. Whoa! 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 Judgment card. Wow. Page of Cups. 5 of Cups reversed. Judgment cards, for those of you guys that don't know, the Judgment card is a card of a calling, to be called and to answer that call. Wow. Page of Cups is literally that. If you hear me, call me back. If you hear me, if you're listening, if you're coming, let me know. Like, there's this like, I don't know how to describe it, guys. I'm doing my best with channeling and like articulating myself. 5 of Cups reverse is like, save me from, I get this strong sense of like, save me from disappointing, save me from giving up on you. Like, this is something that you really want to hear back. You want to get a call back, you want to hear back. I texted you, I called you, or I prayed, I waited for your answer, I'm waiting for you here. Let me know that you're on your way. Let me know that this is gonna happen. Let me know, let me know. Are you out? Yeah, God, oh my God. Hangman and 2 of Wands. This is literally waiting to hear back. Yeah, 2 of Wands, 4 of Cups. Like, I'm starting to lose, I just heard focus. Like, I'm starting to lose focus, but you can also be losing faith. You could be second guessing. You might not think that this is gonna happen. Let me know. Like, I just keep feeling this energy of like, let me know so I'll know. So I'll know what to do. Let me know so I'll know where I'm headed. Let me know so I'll know. What is this in regard to? Or any additional? Death card. Yeah, you might need to listen to pile number 1, Death card. There's something... Okay, guys, this is going to sound really weird, but I'm getting this vision, like... So it's interesting because pile number 1 had this feeling of, like, it's already on the way. This pile feels like you're trying to pop something or, like, pop a pimple and it just won't erupt. Like, it just won't happen. This is, like, something that you're holding on to and it just won't come out. Something that you're waiting and it's just like not coming out. That's the Death card. It's like, come on, come on. Like, I don't know why I'm really strongly getting that feeling of, come on. Like, yeah, a lot of anxiety here. 9 of Swords. This is really, I just heard like eating you up from the inside. This is like a little TMI, sorry, but, or like a really gross metaphor, but it's like a little maggot or something, like a little worm that you're trying to push it out and it's just getting you. Like, it's getting you. It kind of eating you. And this could be anxiety. It's just like, I just need to fucking just, ugh. That's the energy. So different from the other piles. Very, very interesting. I'm also hearing like, what's under there? Like, tell me. Like, tell me. Okay, wow, that's a change. 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands reversed, 2 of Pentacles upright, Hierophant reversed, 8 of Wands reversed. Something about, okay, is this meant to come up right now? Like, what is the delay? Is it meant to be a delay? Is it meant to be, or is it going to show up? This card really, no, it's coming. Knight of Swords. The same thing that you're asking for, this answer, you're about to get it. Why does that not feel positive though? 3 of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. I'm almost getting this energy of like, and then what? It's like now that it came up, then what? I don't know why I'm not getting a strong sense of relief. Because like if you're working so hard to get this up, if you're working so hard to pull it up, why isn't there a sense of relief here? It's like someone, oh my god, this is the worst metaphor, but this is what it's reminding me of. This is like when you are about to, alright, we're all adults here. 18 and up right now. PG 15 instead of 13. This is when you're about to orgasm and it just won't. And then you're just like, just fucking give up. That's a very specific message. Or a very specific example. It's like that feeling of like, I just can't. Like, what is this? And then it's like, if this is stunted, like if something is stunted here, then there's that energy of like, okay, now what do I do? Like now, all right, like there's this feeling. I don't know why I'm getting this sense of like I'm not satisfied. Okay, let me put these away. Yeah, dude, Four of Cups. I'm not satisfied. Okay, this reading right now, you guys are taking me through it. Also, I'm hearing like a nutrient deficiency. Like there might be a deficiency where your body's not absorbing all of the nutrients that it should. There's like something else that you can take to help you to absorb nutrients. We have Eight of Swords here and Seven of Cups. There's something else that you can, or you might be, god damn it. It's like Spirit wants to kind of I don't know why I'm getting this message of rerouting. So let's say, okay, what I'm getting is, you're trying to focus on pushing this thing up, but this thing will take care of itself if you take care of what's going on over here. There's a reason why this won't erupt. There's a reason why this won't take off. There's a reason why this won't pull up, you know, do what it needs to do in order to give you that relief, because this needs to be taken care of. Whatever that second thing is. It's almost like you're looking at the wrong thing. Alright, Spirit speak. This really wanted, yep. Page of Wands. Interesting. This could be, okay. Wow. Wow. So do you see how the Judgment card came up with the Page of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles? This is looking at, I don't know why I want you guys to fill in the blanks for yourself here, because normally I'm very specific. I normally want to get into it. But for right now, I genuinely feel like this is going to be different for everyone, or it might not be, I don't want to say appropriate, but like something you have to do, you know? There's something going on with whatever the King of Pentacles represents for you, and the Page of Wands. That's where you're going to find, not the problem, but you'll find the solution through the problem. And then you can fix that problem, and then we can move forward. Then we can hit the nail on the head. That's where you'll find it. Let me just shuffle here. For right now, with the Eight of Swords here, I'm getting a strong sense of, you can sense that there's something that you can't see that's hindering this from happening, that's hindering this from progressing forward or taking off or doing what it's got to do. Yeah, you can sense why it's pulling within, while it's introverted, while it's inverted, you know, like it should be coming out, but it's not. It's like tucked in. Yeah, Ten of Wands, Four of Pentacles. It's like holding everything in. Some of you guys might be holding in, or something or someone is holding in a message or holding in something. Okay, clarify. Let's go a little deeper. Wow. Eight of Cups, Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Someone is, I just heard the word righteously ready. Like you're in a place right now where you are righteously ready. I don't know what that means, but you are just ready. You are ready. You are prepared. You are emotionally prepared. You are stable. You're ready. I think something, you guys are kind of like, you might be trying to, it's like once this thing happens, you're gonna have to walk away from something or turn your attention to something else, nurture something else. Are you genuinely ready for that? If not, it's like your energy is kind of vibing with that hindrance. I don't, hold on guys, my battery's starting to flash. I'm gonna change the battery real quick. So, it's so interesting because for whatever reason, I cannot get my camera to focus. And I genuinely feel like it's this like thing too, like it's kind of representing the energy right now of just like, why can't you just? And that's the other thing too that I heard when I went to grab the battery for the camera. I heard this energy of like, why can't you just? Like, why can't, it's like you're nurturing something or you're ready to nurture something. Why can't it just? Why can't you just tell me now? Why can't you just, you know, okay, so what is the, okay, this really wanted to come out. Oh, wow. Do you notice how the Death card came up every freaking reading? Death card, Seven of Wands, which is funny because we are definitely in Pluto time. Transition right now. I think energy is really about to change and shift. Seven of Wands, King of Wands upright, King of Swords reverse is showing up here, and also the Tower card. I know that you guys may notice that the camera's not focusing. I'm not entirely sure why. I just think it's the energy of the reading. Because if it wasn't doing that for the other readings and I haven't really touched it, then yeah, wow. Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, Queen of Wands upright. Yeah, it's this energy of like, why can't you just, I don't know if you guys can see that, why can't you just, or why can't you just, it's like something is in the void. Something should happen. You want something to happen. It's just like, why can't it just, why can't I just hear from it? Why can't they just say this? I don't know if, again, I don't even want to try to get close to what this could represent, but it could be something very similar to like gaining closure on something, or putting in a call out and waiting to get the response, waiting to hear back, and just being like, why can't you just give me what I want? Why can't you just? You know what? Let's find out why. Why? Wow. Hermit card and Queen of Swords. I just heard you gotta dig a little deeper, which reminds me of Princess and the Frog. You gotta dig a little deeper. Some of you guys might actually, it's interesting that that's the message that is coming through, because if you've ever seen Princess and the Frog, the reason why they're singing that song is because Princess Tiana is on this journey for what she thinks that she wants. Oh my god, look at the moon. It's so bright. See, this is why I'm moving my altar outside. Anyways, she's on this journey to figure out what exactly what is that she, well, not figure out exactly what she knows what she wants. She thinks she knows what she wants. And they're going on this journey, and she just wants her restaurant. And then she finds out that the thing that her father had, the things that she actually wants is, and what's most important is, of course, following your destiny. But it also is really important to have love, to find love, to have family. So that could be a message. There's this needing to really find and discover, dig a little deeper to know exactly what you want, or to find out what the problem is here. Now, I'm not someone who typically encourages you to dig to find things, because sometimes, to me, I feel like, personally, I always feel like if it's meant for me to know, it will show itself. In this case, for once in my life, I'm actually saying that maybe ask a little bit more questions. Ask a little more questions. Someone wants something really, really great. Someone really wants, when I see the Judgment card, when I see Death card, I see that you want something really, really great. And if there's something that's hindering it, or if you rely on something else, or you rely on someone else, you might need to have a conversation to get to the root of why this isn't moving forward. I'm also feeling like it's something both people want, or it's energy that is cohesive, like it's mirroring, but there might be a problem over here that's stopping this from moving forward. And once you fix that, then this will start to be like, okay, now we're going. This card wants to jump out. See, Strength card. This is about having that really sometimes tough conversation, or calling something out, but in a light way. Taking some time to pick and choose your words, or pick and choose how you want to approach this in order to get what you want, because whatever is involved in this does want it too. And I genuinely feel that once you figure it out, it just happens. Now I want to look at the oracle cards here. Some of you guys might need to look into the symbolism actually of cotton. Turn on your love light. Let's read the back. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. So turn on your love light. This is that energy of like, it's safe to come. It's safe to approach. It's safe to focus. It's safe to... Also, when you turn on your love light, it helps others to turn on their light, and then you can see each other. You're not sitting in the dark. I'm really getting a strong sense of strategy in order to get exactly what that you want, and strategy through the form of conversation. Look, the next card you have here is Storm Spirit, Chaos. So there's something here that feels a bit disruptive. Wow. Standing strong, we have Passage, Standing Stones. So something, again, you guys, there's this need, there's this movement here. Like, things are, they can move forward, but look at the chicken. I don't know if you guys can see the chicken because the camera's not focusing. But she's looking at me and I'm looking at her. That's not Genevieve or Penelope. It's one of my other chickens that doesn't have a name yet. Anyways, Standing Stones, Passage. It's like this... You're right there. Like, I just keep getting this feeling of like, you're right there. Like, we're right there. And then with the Storms card, it's almost like, well, let's figure out what's actually... Let me give you an example. Speaking of chickens, right? So let's say I'm trying to feed my chickens. Let's say I'm trying to pull my chickens out of the coop. And for whatever reason, they're just like, oh, we want food. We do want food too. But we're not coming out there because we sense danger. And you're just like, I don't see the danger. I don't see it. But if you actually talked to the chicken and understood their body language, you would know that they're sensing a storm. And this storm is going to be a rager. My chickens specifically, they are very sensitive. They know they'll be out meandering during the storm with it rain and lightning or whatever, but if they can sense that there's a tornado coming, they are gone. So it could be beautiful out, it could be still out, like the sun could even be out, but the chickens aren't showing up. And sometimes in Florida, tornadoes can actually be like that, where it could be sunny on one side, but the atmosphere or the barometric pressure, I don't know, but they can sense when something's not right. So they will wait. They want food. It's not that they don't want food. It's not that they don't want to come to you. It's just that for whatever reason, we need to address what is actually causing them, stopping them from coming out of their hidey space. So that's what it is I'm seeing here, is that there might be something here that is brewing that needs to be addressed. And that's why you're kind of in this in-between of like, we're right there, why can't we just? So taking care of the storm will help things to move forward, because both parties, if this is involving two people, both parties want the same thing. If this is, oh, this could be anything, guys, fill in the blank here, but it's everything feels aligned to it. It's just We need to address the actual problem here. Yeah, crystal cave is trust. Wow, and then we have transformation. Trust and transformation. So something needs to be changed first. Something, and with this cave, crystal cave and trust process, I think that this is about you genuinely going in, not into hibernation, but asking questions mode. You might also be using crystals in order to change your energy, change your vibration, or to prepare you for what is to come. Next cards we have here. Wow, wow. See? We have sign from heaven. Open your third eye. And then raise your vibration. So this is, some of you guys might actually be talking to the divine. You guys might be talking to the divine or channeling the divine or having conversations with the divine or trying to manifest something. And it just doesn't, I don't know if I necessarily, it's like you're not seeing it happening. So you're just like, come on, like, let me know, like, and this turn on your love light is about you raising your vibration. So let's say this journey, remember how I was saying earlier that in order for this thing to manifest, you might actually have to come to terms or come to peace with something so that energy can just begin to flow. I genuinely feel that that's something here. You might need to, you might mentally, physically, emotionally be ready, but spiritually, you might have something dense that's kind of stopping this. Okay, I'm going to bring it back to this orgasm metaphor. You guys are probably going to be like, okay, Jess is talking about her love life right now. I promise you I'm not. Like, we're good in that department. I promise you. It's just the best metaphor. Think about a woman's orgasm, right? We're all adults here once again. Think about a woman's orgasm. She can love her partner, be attracted to her partner. Her partner could love her and be attracted to her. But if she has something that is bothering her, that is creating chaos inside of her head or mind or spirit, whatever you do, it's not going to produce the desired outcome. I'll call it that. There's got to be, the energy has to be right. The vibe has to be right. And intimacy and also, what's the word? Foreplay is not physical for women. It's very mental. It's very energetic. Truthfully speaking. This is what it kind of reminds me of. And I just feel like a deep energy shift and change, because it's not that both energies don't want this. It's just that there's something that's creating like an energy here that's kind of blocking it. So is there something within you that kind of technically needs to be resolved that will lift your vibration and lift your energy and open the gate, so to speak? Because you're literally right there. You're right there. This is the realest YouTube channel you guys will ever find. Always. Okay, what else do we have here? We have, wow, see, rose, love, and sensuality. No surprises there. Not shocked. Not shocked. Wow. Joe Pie Weed, which I've never heard of this. Joe Pie, Joe P. Well, we got a little bumblebee there too, by the way. So something wants to come in. We have perceptiveness and vision. So this is probably where you can hear the truth. Like you can hear, okay, tell me, or maybe you need to speak up, or maybe you need to find. I'm keep getting this strong message that the problem is not here in the direct thing. The problem might be something that is impacting what is directly the problem. Does that make sense? All right, guys. We have next cards. We have loyal heart. So this is like, again, this is giving me mirroring. Like what you want wants you. What you've called to the divine or called to the universe for, it wants to give it to you. But there might be, start to energetically prepare yourself for it. What do you need to start doing now to prepare yourself to receive the very thing that is that you're trying? See, look at this. Truth be told. Truth be told. This is finding the truth as far as being, honestly, it's also reflecting within yourself. You might be doing that within your crystal cave. Also, I use crystals in order to see, to be able to really, really see into the future, see certain circumstances and stuff like that. You might need to do the same thing. Check out my video on like skyring. I can never say that fucking word. Nothing's changed. Still can't say it. Building blocks. Exactly. This is about finding how things work, or finding like the root, like truly finding the root, and then putting things where they belong, getting things right. And I just genuinely get confirmation. I just feel like, let's confirm it, but I think that it'll just happen, whatever this thing is. Seven of Swords, Five of Pentacles, King of Wands. These are the same cards that were jumping out. Yeah, it's about finding, it's like going in and finding. I don't want to force it. You guys might actually find that what you think you want is not what you actually want. Yeah, Two of Wands. Yeah, you'll get it. Yeah, guys, look at that. Okay, let me start with the basics first. We have Two of Wands. So that's you wanting, looking, longing. Six of Pentacles. You give a little, I give a little, right? So you put in the pot, I get something out of this. So there's a little exchange here that happens here that ends up being like more balanced. It balances the energies out. Then we have the Hierophant. To me, this is about the diagnosis. Let's say if all of this was like this medical thing that you're like, okay, well, was this the pile that I was like, you might need to take some extra vitamin in order to help you to absorb? Guys, I just got bit by a mosquito, so if you see me itching, it got me. My altar is outside, and I had the doors open earlier today because I was taking care of a little baby bird. Anyways, the Hierophant here. This is about the medical diagnosis. That's like, oh, okay, this makes sense. This is why this is happening. Oh, okay, truth be told, now I know. Then I can work on rebuilding this. So what do I need to do? Okay, I need to take vitamin C, which is going to help me absorb blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, yeah, we have manifestation. Something that you can hold on to and cherish forever. I love it. So, whether this is health related or energetically related or relationship related, the message kind of remains the same. But either way, I still want to hear what you guys think, how this vibes, how it resonates, because oh my gosh, you guys took me through it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You took me through it. Go ahead and energetically start preparing yourself for this, guys. Really, and start to envision it. Really start to envision it. And take yourself there. I just saw another duck. How random. Alright guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel because there's plenty more videos where this came from. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!